Novak Djokovic, widely regarded as one of the greatest tennis players of all time, has never shied away from discussing the hardships that paved his road to glory. But in a recent interview that has shocked fans around the world, the Serbian legend revealed perhaps the most astonishing sacrifice his parents made to support his career, turning to the Mafia for financial help. In an emotional conversation with a Serbian outlet, Djokovic peeled back the curtain on the extraordinary lengths his family had to go to when he was still just a boy with a dream. At a time when the prospect of becoming a professional tennis player was still a distant hope, a crucial opportunity presented itself, a chance to compete in the United States. The trip was vital for his development, both as a player and as a competitor. But it came with a price tag that seemed completely out of reach, $5,000. Djokovic admitted that the amount might not sound like much to some people now, especially considering the millions he has earned through prize money and endorsements. But for his family, living in post-war Serbia, that sum was monumental, nearly impossible. And so his father, desperate not to let the opportunity slip away, did the unthinkable. He borrowed money from the Mafia. The only way we could get that kind of money quickly was to go to the loan sharks, Djokovic said. My father had no choice. He explained our situation to them and agreed to pay 30% interest. 30%. Can you imagine? It wasn't just the financial risk that his father took, it was the physical and emotional danger that came with dealing with such people. There were serious problems, real threats. At one point, they caused a car accident involving my father. It was terrifying, Djokovic recalled. But he managed to pay everything back. Somehow, he protected us. For fans who have watched Djokovic lift trophy after trophy, 20 Grand Slam titles and counting, it's easy to forget the human behind the headlines. But his story is one that resonates far beyond the tennis court. It is a tale of grit, determination, and the immense power of parental sacrifice. Djokovic went on to say that these experiences shaped him into the man and athlete he is today. The fear, the pressure, the sense of responsibility, it all became fuel. When you grow up with that kind of pressure, knowing what your family has risked for you, you play every point like your life depends on it, he said. Because, in a way, it does. He reflected on how his father never allowed the fear to show. He was always strong, even when they came looking for their money. Even when he didn't know how he'd pay the next installment. He never showed it. He protected me from all of it so I could just focus on tennis. That is love. That is sacrifice. Today, Djokovic's name is synonymous with greatness. But behind that greatness is a history marked by danger, debt, and unwavering belief. His revelation adds a deeper layer to the admiration so many fans already have for him, not just for his achievements but for his journey. His words struck a chord in Serbia, where many families understand the weight of financial struggle. But the story has gone far beyond national borders, with athletes, commentators, and fans around the globe praising the honesty and vulnerability he displayed in recounting such a personal chapter of his life. I know it's not something people like to talk about, Djokovic admitted. But I think it's important. Because success doesn't come out of nowhere. Behind every trophy, there's a story. And sometimes that story is messy, painful, even dangerous. But it's real. Djokovic expressed his hope that young athletes facing their own obstacles would take inspiration from his journey. If you're going through hard times, if it feels impossible, remember that it's okay. You're not alone. And if you keep believing, if you keep pushing, miracles can happen. He also paid tribute to both his parents, not just his father, but his mother, who worked tirelessly to support the family in other ways. My mother was the emotional rock. She kept us all sane. She would sell things, cook for people, take jobs wherever she could. My father took the big risks, but she was the one who held everything together. The tennis world has seen many rags to riches stories, but Djokovic's revelation adds a raw, almost cinematic chapter to his already legendary saga. It's not just a tale of triumph, it's a reminder of the very human cost that can sit behind success. Asked if he ever felt guilt over what his parents had to go through, Djokovic paused. Of course. Every time I step onto the court, I carry that with me. I don't take any of it for granted. That's why I fight. That's why I never give up. Because they never gave up on me. As he prepares for the twilight years of his tennis career, Djokovic is more reflective than ever. He speaks not just as a champion, but as a son. A son who knows exactly what it took to get here. A son who carries his parents' sacrifices like invisible medals on his chest. I play with them in my heart, he said simply. There are moments in sport that transcend the game itself. Moments that pierce through statistics, rankings, and records. Novak Djokovic's confession is one of those moments, a deeply human reminder that behind every champion lies a family, a past, and a sacrifice most will never see.